Hi everyone, this is Jamal De Gomez and welcome to the Daily Jumps. These podcasts will help you deepen your thoughts and widen your life's perspectives. Be sure to subscribe so we can enjoy our journey together in every episode. I hope you're blessed today. Hello there. Hello there guys. Once again, welcome to my podcast. And another episode po ang ating matutunghayan ngayon. Anyway, I would like to say thank you for subscribing, following, sharing, and liking. And of course, thank you for your feedbacks. Salamat po sa mga comments ninyo. Kasi last time, ang dami pong na-bless dun sa last episode natin, which is yung preparing to date. And I received great feedbacks. And of course, I'm still open. I'm also open sa mga suggestions ninyo. At I hope really you're really prepared to date dahil February na po niyan, di ba? Oh, speaking of dating and relationship, gusto ko po kayong invite on March 2. Magkakaroon po tayo ng Love and Purity Fest. At ang pangalan po ng event na ito ay Fight for Love. Ito po ay event ng puso and sa Tarlac po kami ang mag-host deep and wide and of course yung TFPC kaya we're so excited. So please pray for our event na sana marami po tayong maabot na hindi lang po ito pang kabataan by the way. This is for all ages. If you're a couple, kung nag-i-struggle ka, on the rocks ka, though engaged na kayo or matagal na kayo or yung mga nanay at tatay ninyo, feeling ninyo kailangan nila ng refresher when it comes sa purity, sa love, about their marriage, para sa kanila po ito. So we're encouraging you to please join us. And speaking of February, I think, feeling ko talaga I might do another episode pagdating po sa love na yan. Okay? And I might thinking to do another episode titled The Power of Singleness. The Power of Singleness. Sa mga single po dyan, huwag kayong mawala ng pag-asa. Don't lose hope. I believe God has prepared someone for you. You just have to wait, right? But, there is power in singleness. So, I think I might do another episode about love na yan. So, ngayon po ay excited ako for this episode dahil nakita nyo naman doon sa ating title. Napaka-essential. Napaka-intriguing. Napaka-realistic because this episode, I tell you, this could change your heart. This can change your perspective, the way how you see accusations, how you handle accusations, persecutions, or maybe ay mga chismis po na naririnig natin from someone or from a certain group of people. I believe this episode would help you kasi ang dami pong somehow na anxious, nababaliw, or napapraning kasi porket may chismis silang narinig, pinapatulan lahat. But man, brothers and sisters, hindi po lahat ng chismis ay kailangan patulan. Hindi po lahat ng accusations and persecutions ay kailangan patulan. You have to choose your battle. You have to take care of your mental health. Okay? Ako po, I'm an advocate of mental of mental health kasi po ako'y nag-aaral ng guidance and counseling. Napakahalaga po ng peace. Napakahalaga po ng peace of mind. Napakahalaga po ng, alam niyo yun, you're not worried about your tomorrow. Though we just heard this. We just read this from Matthew chapter 6 verse, chapter 36, verse 34. And napakahalaga kasi na meron kang, alam niyo po yun, yung mindset natin, yung ating mental health ay payapa. Kaya hindi po lahat ng chismis ay kailangan natin patulan. Hindi po kailangan ng accusations lahat ng accusations ay kailangan nating i-overthink. Kaya, I believe this episode would help you how to handle chismis. How to handle uh, persecutions, maybe. How to handle gossips. Or ikaw bilang tao na hindi ka magiging chismosa or magiging gossiper like yung ate ni Moses or yung kapatid ni Moses na si Miriam dahil pinagchismisan siya. Anong nangyari? If you're going to read Numbers chapter 12, read it pagkatapos itong podcast nito para maniwala kayo ano yung sinasabi ko. Kasi in every chismis, there is curse. There is a curse. Kaya huwag po nating makaugalian na nanchichismis or yung mapagchismisan ka. Hindi rin maganda yon. But kaya nga ito, how to handle chismis. Marami sa atin dito hindi alam pa paano i-handle, hindi alam pa paano mag-respond, hindi alam pa paano ang gagawin kapag napagchichismasan na sila. And speaking of Numbers chapter 12, the moment na chinismis po ni Miriam, yung kanyang kapatid na si Moses, anong nangyari? Nagkaroon siya ng ketong. Because really, every time you gossip sa isang tao, ang kina-curse mo hindi naman yung iba eh. You're actually cursing yourself. Ang nadudumihan hindi naman yung iba eh. Actually, ang nakaka-curse ay ikaw mismo at nadudumihan ikaw mismo. Dahil kung hindi naman tama or mali yung accusation mo sa isang tao, you're actually ruining your, destroying your reputation and your life. Kasi nag-iiba yung tingin din ng ibang tao sa'yo. At wala na magtitiwala sa'yo. Can you imagine that? Lahat ng mga gossip, lahat ng mga daily scoop ay sinasabi mo sa mga taong hindi naman involved sa mga bagay na yon. So, tendencies are, they might not open their secrets. They may not, trust you to ask some advices from you. Kasi, baka magkaroon sila ng, alam niyo yun, yung parang, na-anxious sila pag inopen ko sa taong ito, baka ikwento niya sa iba. Diba? Kaya nga, have you ever pondered, ito na, nagsisimula na ako, how to handle chismis. Have you ever pondered, why do people gossip? That's the first question I have to ask on this episode. Have you ever pondered, why do people gossip? Kasi really po, gossip happens in families. Diba? Gossip happens in the workplace. Nako, ako ang dami ko pa mga karanasan dito, no? Hindi lang naman ako yung naka-receive ng gossip or ng accusations. Ako rin, minsan, parang marami ako mga conclusion at mga speculations na hindi maganda before sa aking mga ka-workmate or sa mga aking mga colleagues. And kasi meron sa Bible nakalagay, where 2 or 3 gathered in my name, surely nandun ang Panginoon. Pero ibahin natin yon. Where 2 or more are gathered, gossip will be among them. Hindi ko alam. Itong katanungan ko, why we're so indulged? Why we're so excited? Why we're so fueled with, gossips? Ito ang hindi ko maarok, hindi ko magets. Bakit tayo po madalas sobrang excited tayo tuwing may chismis na open? Alam mo ba? Bakit hindi natin pag-usapan na lang yung achievements nila or yung success nila? How would we imitate yung mga naging successful na mga tao? Or sa atin mismo, paano natin ma-improve yung mga tao? But every time, or wherever 2 or more are gathered, bakit yung gossip ay nandun? And by the way, gossip is always destructive to building healthy relationships. Diba? Especially po sa mga workplaces, no? O sa amin po, sa church, to contextualize it. Kapag ang church, of course, ang church isa lang yan. We're a body. Okay? At pag sinabi po nating body, we are one. One faith, one Lord, one baptism. And speaking of one, our aim is to build, one body na sobrang intact ng relationship, sobrang intimate yung relationship. Knowing the fact that gossip destroys reputation, destroys images, and destroys in building healthy relationships. So why we do it? Why we do it? Kaya po, one of the teachings I really found sa aming grupo, sa church namin, sa pastoral team ko, namin, hey, always remember this, I hate gossip. I hate gossip in any setting. Especially po sa church. I hate gossip. Kaya, lagi kong tinuturo sa mga youth namin, hey, please, protect one another. That is biblical. When you protect Bethany, you're actually protecting the whole body. When you protect one member, you're actually protecting the whole body. Kasi kung sinisiraan mo yung ka-Bethany mo or ka-Deep and Wide mo, kung kapilido mo. Kasi kapilido nyo na po yan eh. Once you became a member of one church or one denomination or one group or entity, whether you like it or not, isa na lang pong apelido ninyo. Kung nagtatrabaho ka sa isang certain or sa certain company, at yun ang pangalan ng kumpanya ninyo, ang apelido nyo na yung kumpanya ninyo. So when you are gossiping and destroying one's reputation, you're actually ruining the whole company. Yeah, really, gossip destroys a healthy work environment. Nakaka-bad trip po. Sino po dito na bad trip talaga pag may naninira? Di ba? Ang hirap mag-work kapag sinisiraan mo isang tao, pag naninira ka ng isang reputation. Really, it destroys the work, the healthy, or healthy work environment. So please, read Numbers chapter 12. And pag-aralan nyo mabuti, mag-reflect kayo, evaluate natin yung mga sarili natin, and sana mag-improve po tayong lahat. Okay? Di po ako galit, okay? Masaya po ako nito. I'm just giving you the pros and cons. And let's talk about this. How to handle chismis. How to handle chismis. I'm gonna say the truths. I'm gonna say yung mga bagay-bagay po na nangyayari every time na nag-gossip tayo. And why I really hate gossip. Yeah. So, I'm going to say first, yung mga truths about gossips. First is this. Not all rumors are true. That is one of the truths I have to tell you, guys, who are listening on this episode. Not all rumors are true. Hindi po lahat. Kaya nga rumors eh. Kaya nga hearsay. Kaya nga chismis eh. Kasi hindi pa napatunayan. So, not all rumors are true. Kasi ang bilis natin, promise. Ang bilis po natin mag-jump into conclusion. Ang bilis natin mag-speculate. At hindi porket narinig mo na, ay totoo yun. Alam niyo po, minsan ang weird, no? Parang narinig lang natin sa isang kaibigan natin, alam mo ba si person A, ganito yung ginawa niya kay person B, ikaw naman si person C, naniwala agad, siniraan din si person A, tapos kinote mo rin si person B kung ano yung sinabi kay person A. Nagets niyo ba? Naglabo-labo na. Hanggang napunta na kay person Z. Bakit? Tandaan niyo po ito, mga kapatid. Kapag ikaw po ay may confident, for example, yung taong nag-share sa'yo ng struggles niya, ay sinabi niya sa'yo kasi ikaw yung confident niya. For sure, ikaw din po may confident. Parang networking ang chismis eh. Parang, really, ang bilis ang chismis. Parang networking ang chismis. Tignan nyo to. Meron kang kaibigan, may struggle siya, shinare niya sa'yo kasi ikaw yung confident niya. Tapos ikaw, na confident nung best friend mo, meron din confident. Ngayon, sinabi mo dun sa confident mo. Mare, itong confident na pinagsabihan mo, 10 ang confident. Nako. At yung 10 na yon, meron ding tig-5 confident. So sa buong community ninyo, sa buong church ninyo, napag-usapan na yung struggle nito at nalaman na buong church, nalaman na buong kumpanya, nalaman na buong pamilya, nalaman na buong community, kahit hindi naman sila talaga involved doon sa struggle nitong taong ito. Do you think that would solve his or her problem? I don't think so. So what's the point of telling it to other people, to someone who is not really involved doon sa struggle ng best friend mo? So not all rumors are true. At by the way, hindi naman lahat ng rumors, sabi ko nga, ay totoo. Bakit sasabihin mo? Tapos, ang problema pa dito, alam niyo po ang chismis parang bomba yan. Isang beses lang sumasabog, pero maraming nasasaktan. At kapag nasaktan ng lahat, ang hirap ng bawiin ng pagkasabog. The damage has been done. So don't tell to someone they're not really involved. If you think that they cannot give solutions, then don't tell it. Don't tell it. Next one. People like to expand on what they think than know. I'm gonna repeat that. People like to spend on what they think than know. Alam niyo po, people really love to speculate and add their opinions to what they've heard than they know. Ang dami pong ganyan eh. They're expanding kung ano yung gut feelings nila. Di ba? Kung ano yung intuition nila kaysa dun sa nalalaman nila. Dito tayo magaling eh. Parang, hey guys, we are not creating a thesis in every chismis. Hey, that's right. Chismis is not a thesis. Na parang, I think, di ba sa thesis kapag gumagawa ka thesis, you have to prove it. Di ba? You have to find evidences that your study is true. You have to provide details and facts and yung mga theories na talagang na-prove na. So, ang nangyayari po most of the time, people like to expand on what they think than know. Don't do that. Hindi po tayo dito, ang chismis po hindi fictional, no? Na parang lagi mong ini-elaborate, siguro ganito nangyari. Siguro ganito, ang speculation ko ay parang feeling ko ng babae siya, feeling ko ng lalaki siya, kaya sila nag-away. Wala naman hindi ba pwedeng nag-away sila kasi na-offend lang? May third party agad. Di ba? Weird. And yun po ang nagiging problema. And next one is, ito, number 3. There is almost always more to the story than what you know. Ibig sabihin po nito, there is almost always more to the story than what you know. Meron pong mga inside stories na hindi natin alam. Di ba? Whenever multiple people are involved, for sure, there will be multiple sides to the story. Don't be one-sided. Don't be judgmental. Don't judge immediately. Kaya nga po, ito by the way, may nagtanong sa NGL masama ba talaga mag-judge? I think no. I think God gave us the wisdom to do right judgment. But, sabi ni Lord sa Matthew chapter 7 verse 1, hey, don't judge or else you will be judged. At kung ano yung pinang-judge mo, yun din ang gagamitin sa yung stick. Or, I forgot the verse. Pero ganun yung thought. So, before you judge, you have to know what really happened dun sa story. If there are multiple people involved to the story, then you have to know what really happened. If you're really involved dun sa story. Kapag hindi ka involved, huwag ka niyang makisawsaw, man. Unless you are called, kasi ikaw yung leader, ikaw yung pastor, at ikaw yung boss, ikaw yung principal, or ikaw yung pinaka-superior nila, and you want to fix things, you're invited to fix things, then siguro doon ka makisali. But, habang nakikisali ka, you have to know every story, every person's story. Napakahalaga po nun. And number 4, sometimes people don't consider the ramifications of what they're doing. Ito yung pinakamasakit dyan. Gaya ng sabi ko kanina, parang bomba ito. Sometimes people don't really consider the ramifications of what they're doing. Do you really know what's the consequence of what you're saying? Do you really know what will happen if you said this? If you will say this? Di ba po? Parang sometimes we're so impulsive, we're so indulged telling those hearsays and rumors without thinking and ramifications. Kaya nga sabi po sa Proverbs, ang dami dun eh. Pero kanina sa devotion ko, Sabi doon, hey, pag nagsalita kayo, dahan-dahan lang. Don't talk hastily. You have to think kung ano yung mga sinasabi mo. Think twice. And if you're not involved with the story and dun sa gulong niya, please, sabi sa Bible, ang taong matalino, ang taong wise, ay hindi nakikisama or umiiwas sa gulo. Oh, by the way, speaking of wise, a person who is wise does not compromise. A person who is wise does not compromise. Don't compromise any rumor, any conclusions na hindi mo pa naman napatunayan. Di ba? So please, think twice kung 100 times isip kayo. Kasi, pare, sa totoo lang po, ang daming nasisirang pamilya dahil sa chismis. Ang dami pong nasisirang pagpapala dahil sa chismis. Lungkot lang kasi ang dami pong nasirang relasyon dahil lang siniraan, dahil inggit lang, nag-jelling lang or whatever. Whew. So please, stop saying something without thinking and considering any ramifications sa mga sinasabi natin. Next one, number 5. Gossip is fueled by reaction. Gossip is fueled by reaction. Alam niyo po, eto of course, I'm not judging you. Yung kakilala niyo lang ito. Okay? This is not you. Okay? Binago ka na ni Lord. Really, gossip is fueled by reaction. Alam niyo po yun, for example, may nagkikwento sa inyong tropa ninyo. At sabi niya, pare, alam mo ba si ganito, si person A, nakita ko nakipag-date. Eh ngayon, ikaw si person B. Excited kang makinig ng chismis. Imagine nyo mo yung facial expression ko. Though naririnig nyo lang to, hindi ako nakikita pa. Imagine the facial expression and reaction. Ha? Talaga? Saan mo nakita? Saan banda? Sino kasama niya? Nagka-holding hands ba sila? Anong suot nila? Saan sila banda? Di ba may girlfriend yan? Di ba? Guys, gossip is fueled by reaction. Kapag yung pabigla-bigla ka, at nabigla ka din dun sa istorya, then, mas lalong gaganahan yung nagkikwento sa'yo. Yes or no? Taas mo ang kamay mo kapag guilty ka. Diba? Ang unang reaction natin is, talaga? Ala girl! Uy, talaga men? Pare, hindi mo ganda yun. Lalaki nakipag-chismisan. But really, gossip is fueled by reaction. However, you appear not as interested or intrigued, the person may feel disarmed somewhat from sharing it more. Diba? That happens. The more na mas nagiging mukha kang interesado, the more na mas interesado ka at intrigued ka doon sa kinikwento sa'yo, the more na mas gaganahan yung nagkikwento sa'yo. Pero, the person may feel disarmed somewhat from sharing it more if subtle yung mukha mo. Okay, I'm not interested. I think it's not proper na pag-usapan siya dahil wala siya ngayon dito. Turuan ko po kayo. Paano mag-handle ng chismis. At alam mo namang hindi totoo. Pag may nagkikwento po sa inyong chismis or gossip, of course, ang initial reaction natin, talaga ba? Ang maganda pong reaction natin, guys, I think it's not proper na pag-usapan natin tong tao to kasi wala siya dito. If you want, schedule ko yung meeting with him, her, para at least open mo sa kanya. I think that's more proper and more righteous. I believe they will stop gossiping. Yan pong technique namin. Kapag may sinasabi sa amin chismis, bro, hindi maganda yan. Gusto mo ba i-schedule ko siya sa iyo para mag-usap kayo at talagang maklear yung thoughts mo at tanong mo siya kasi siya lang nakakaalam nun eh. Or whatever. So, the best thing to do is don't fuel their gossips with your reactions. Kaya, next one na gusto ko pong sabihin dito, The only reliable source is the direct source. Tandaan nyo po yan. The only reliable source is the direct source. Ang tanging, nag-iisang, pinaka-reliable. Kasi dami natin mga ganyan, pare, may narinig akong chismis. Saan mo naman narinig yan? Pare, reliable ito. Excuse me. Reliable ito. Kabady-body niya to. Ang weird, no? Kabady-body niya, pero chinichismis siya. Pero hindi naman talaga totoo. Di ba? Kaya ang magandang kausapin po talaga natin, yung may issue, yung may problema. Bakit mo isisiwalat yung mga bagay na hindi mo naman talaga narinig doon sa first-hand source mo? Which is the person na talaga nag-commit ng bagay na yun di umano. Di ba? So remember that. The only reliable source is the direct source. Okay? So please, next one ito. Really, bago sabihin to, please, hold your heart. You might be offended. At baka mag-guilty kayo. Kasi maraming guilty dito. Pero hindi kayo to, okay? Kakilala nyo lang. Next one is this. Some of the juiciest gossip is disguised as a prayer request. Yes or no? Some of the juiciest gossip is disguised as a prayer request. Let that sink in. Man, may na-encounter na ba? Ay, sister, I see, salasis, pray natin si ganito. Kasi parang yung asawa niya ng bababae. Ngayon naman, di ba, sa grupo ninyo. Talaga? Ano ba nangyari? Hindi na kayo nag-pray. Dinadaan nyo lang kunwari sa praise or sa prayer or dinidisguise nyo lang as a prayer request. But really, you want to open things para may pag-usapan kayo at pag-usapan itong taong ito. And people do this to people all the time. And I hate it. I really hate it. And actually, many times, they just wanted me, to know so they could do the telling. Parang, ang nangyayari, open ko tong prayer request na to kuno para pag-usapan natin at siraan natin siya kasi galit ka lang naman talaga sa kanya. Hey, please, do not use the name of the Lord in vain. Really, this really happens in, I don't know. But I'm praying for those people who are doing this, that God would change their hearts, their perspectives. Kasi, kabrother mo, ba't tuwang-tuwa po tayong, di ba, pag-usapan yung mga ka-brothers and sisters natin, mga trabaho natin, yung principal natin, yung boss natin, yung employer natin na nagpapasahod sa atin, nagbumubuhay sa atin, at nagbibigay ng bread and butter natin, we have to love them. They are not perfect. They're not, yes, they're not perfect. Yes, hindi sila perfecto. Hindi sila fully talagang, I should say, hindi talaga sila sobrang, perfect. But guys, you have to understand and give grace to their humanity. Okay? Love them. We have to love them. And next one, itong nangyayari. Number 8, people often steer drama for personal advantage. Diba? People often steer drama for personal advantage. They just want to get your sympathy at kampihan ka nila. Kung bakit mo ino-open yung problema ng iba at struggle ng iba. Diba? Galit ka sa kanya kaya mo ino-open ito. Gusto mong sirain yung reputation niya at yung image niya para ikaw yung magmukhang the best, skilled, mabuti, righteous. Ang tawag po dun ay spiritual pride. Ang tawag po dun ay pride. So please, kapag may problema kasi isang tao, go to him. Go to her. Don't create any dramas for personal gain and advantage. Please, kawawa naman po yung pamilyang yun. Kawawa naman po yung empleyadong yun. So, number 9, if you can say something nice, shut up. Sabi nyo nga, shut up. Parang may diin. Pero, hindi pa ako galit. Nag-explain lang ako. Kasi I really hate gossip. If you can say something nice, shut up and pray. I think you will be led by the Holy Spirit if you pray. Lord, am I in the right place? Am I in the right position? Am I in the right timing to say these things? For sure, God will impress you, son. Wala kang kinalaman dyan. Please, shut up and pray. Prayer is so important. Ako po personally, kapag nagiging impulsive ako sa mga decisions ko, dahil medyo nasaktan ako, na-offend ako, at nagalit ako, I'm praying. And that, that calms me. That gives me peace. That gives me peace of mind. And I shut up my mouth. Please, if you can say something nice, shut up and pray. Manahimik ka. Sabihin mo sa katabi mo, kung may o kaya sabihin mo, tapikan mo yung manahimik ka, pare. Because number 10, gossip destroys. Imagine this. Every time you're gossiping, it ruins reputation. It ruins integrity. It ruins family. It ruins healthy environment. So please, hate gossiping. Rebuke, reproof, correct those people who do it. Gossip really destroys. So, those are truths. At palalim na tayo ng palalim at panindigan natin yung title natin, How to Handle Chismis. Things to slow and stop slander or chismis. 8 things to slow and stop chismis. Number 1, don't believe something unless you know it to be true firsthand. Okay? Okay, ang usapan po natin dito ay hindi talking, kundi believing. Kasi kahit na naniwala ka at nalaman mong totoo, still, huwag mong sabihin. Don't believe something unless you know it to be true firsthand. Pag may narinig po kayong, yes, totoo na, okay, given na yung chismis, given na yung rumors, given na yung struggle, given na yung problema, given na ng babae, given na ng lalaki, given na ng lasinggero, may problema, whatever. Look at that. You just have to see it as information. And do not react. Do not comment. Kasi soon, kapag nag-comment ka, ikaw rin yung quote nila. So kapag may narinig ka, okay, napaniwalaan, na-prove, then shut up. See that as just information. Okay? Lalo na kapag marami pong people involved. Side 1, side A, side B, side 3, yung mga sides nila. See them as information. Do not react. Number 2, don't repeat unless it is helpful to do so. Because you have a vested interest and permission. Please, kapag napatunayan na huwag nyo nang ulitin, okay na, enough is enough, alright? Enough is enough. Enough is enough. I won't mention it again. Next one. Number 3, don't confess other people's sins. Don't confess other people's sins. Or, when you confess, make sure nasa right timing ka, nasa right place ka, nasa right people ka, at right yung information mo. Okay? Don't confess other people's sins. May mga bagay po na kailangan nating i-confess. For example, may mga nag-open po sa akin na mga youth. Kanino ko pwedeng i-confess ito? Sa kapwa ba nila youth? No. I have to confess it to the higher authority. Which is sa aming senior pastor, sa aming bishop, dad, or bishop, I don't know what to do. Please help me because I believe you are more experienced kaysa sa akin para sa benefit ng iba. Guys, hindi considered na chismis ang isang bagay. For example, may nag-open sa akin sa counseling session and I opened it to my bishop, to our senior pastor. Hindi chismis yun. Basta ikaw ay gusto mong mag-change yung heart niya, magkaroon ng solution do sa problema niya, then that's not a chismis. Alright? May hairline din kasi dyan eh. Okay? Sa counseling po, kailan mo pwedeng i-open ang, sa amin, as counselors, kailan mo dapat i-open ang mga, ino-open sa'yo ng mga counselors? Kapag nakaka-harm sa kanya, at nakaka-harm sa community, or kinukuha, at kukuhanin ng korte, yung napag-usapan nyo kasi nga, may nangyari. Okay? For example, he is planning to commit a suicide. And then we have to tell it to the authority. Sa kanino? Sa parents niya. Hindi sa mga kaibigan niya. Wala nang magagawa yung mga kaibigan niya eh. You have to tell it to the senior pastor or to the best counselor na kilala mo or psychologist na kilala mo. Diba? Nagbanta na papatayin ko si ganito, whatever. No. You have to tell it to the authority. That's very important. Okay? Sometimes you have to confess other people's struggles so that they will be better. Number 4, if you must tell and have passed the test on the first 3 suggestions, tell only what happened. Ayan. Napatunayan mo yung number 1, na tama yung information. Number 2, meron kang permission. Number 3, nag-confess sila sa'yo. Kapag napatunayan ito, yan, pwede mong sabihin talaga sa authority. Alright? Number 5 is choose to pray for others every time you are tempted to tell their story. Choose to pray for others every time you are tempted to tell their story. Kaya nga nasabi ko kanina, you have to pray. Prayer is so helpful. So helpful. Promise. Number 6, when someone tells you something you don't know or you don't need to know, don't allow curiosity to be your guide. Diba? Minsan kasi ang nagiging guide po natin para makipagchismisan tayo is yung curiosity natin. So, stop the person and tell them you don't want to know. Hey, I don't want it to know. And remember this, if they will spread gossip about others, they will spread it about you. Okay? Parang, ang nangyayari, narinig mo yung kwento, yung chismis, at wala silang kinalaman, tapos kinento mo sa iba, nag-quote ka, ikukwento ka rin nila. Ito nga yung sabi ni ni Jomel Ganito yung nangyari din sa kanya. Ganito rin yung sinabi niya. Diba? For sure, ikukwento ka rin nila. Next one is, number 7, keep the circle of confession limited to the people involved or to no more than needed for accountability purposes. Accountability partners are very important. So, keep the circle of confession limited to the people involved or to no more than needed for accountability purposes. Napakahalaga po nito. Yung sinasabi ko kanina, go to the highest or the higher authority. Diba? Or minsan may mga bagay na hindi natin kailangan sabihin. Go to the higher authority, which is God. Lord, I don't know how to handle this. Please help me. Alright? And then number 7, defend them. You have to defend them. Ipagtanggol mo sila. I think the best antidote for chismis is to defend them. The best antidote, kung gusto mong masalba ang isang reputation ng isang tao, defend them. Ang sarap pong makasama ng mga taong alam mo na dinidefend ka kahit na nakatalikod ka. Kahit na wala ka doon sa grupong yun. I love those people. They are honoring you. They're respecting you. They love you. They show reverence. They show love. And I love those people who really defend me. For sure, kayo din po. Ngayon, kung gusto nyo po yun, gawin din natin sa iba. Di ba? Yung mga bagay na gusto mong gawin sa'yo, gawin mo din sa iba. Di ba? Ipagtanggol natin sila. Kapag narinig mong parang hindi totoo yun, hey guys, I think that's not true. I know him, I know her. He or she is a good person. Nakasama ko siya one time, ang bait niya, promise. Kailangan nyo lang malaman yung kanyang puso. Hindi lahat ng nakakulot ang noo ay masungit. Baka may dinadala lang siya that time. Di ba? So please, defend them. Defend them. And now, before we close this episode, I want to give you 4 conclusions. How to handle chismis. Conclusions, 4 things. How to handle chismis. First is, check your facts. Check your facts. Proverbs 10:19. Sin is not ended by multiplying words, but the prudent, or showing care for the future. You have to hold their tongues, the Bible said. That's number 1, you have to check your facts. Totoo ba ito? Second is, you have to check your role. Hey, check your role. Ano bang standing mo? Ano bang position mo? Ano bang kinalaman mo dyan? Ano bang involvement mo dyan sa part na yan? Matthew 7:12, so in everything, do to others what you would have them do to you. Diba? For sure, ayaw mong pagchismisan ka, huwag mong gawin sa iba. Ayaw mong batuhin ka or palakulin ka or pukulan ka ng mga accusations, huwag mong gawin sa iba. You have to check your role. And then, next one, check your audience. Check your audience. Proverbs 11:13, a gossip betrays a confidence, but a trustworthy person keeps a secret. Diba? Alright? Remember that. A gossip betrays a confidence, but a trustworthy person keeps a secret. Check your audience. Check nyo po kung sino yung pinagsasabihan ninyo. Okay? Kung alam mo naman chismosa, huwag mo na sabihin dun. Di ba? Ayaw mo pa naman pag-chismisan ka, tapos kwento ka ng kwento sa kilalang chismosa na. Hindi kayo to kakilala nyo lang ito. Binago na kayo ni Lord. And then last one is, you have to check your heart. Check your heart. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Remember that. Out of the abundance of, meron akong version dyan eh. Meron akong version dyan. Out of the abundance of the heart, the thumb tweets. Huwag niyong i-post sa notes, sa Facebook, sa Instagram, or TikTok, paparinigan niyo siya. So you have to check your heart. Matthew 12:35-36, a good man brings good things out of the good stored up in him, and an evil man brings evil things out of the devil stored up in him. But I tell you that everyone will have to give account on the day of judgment for every empty word they have spoken. Better to check your hearts. Guys, thank you for staying with me on this episode. And that's how we handle our chismis. That's how we handle chismis and accusations and persecutions. Alright? Thank you so much for staying and listening on this episode. Mabuhay po kayong lahat. God bless you. And that's a wrap for today's episode of the Daily E-Jumps. Thank you for joining me in this episode. I'll be talking to you again really soon. Mabuhay po.